Now let's see about nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion reaction. What is nuclear fusion reaction means? Lighter nuclei are combined to form little heavier nuclei is called nuclear fusion process. Here they give that combination of two or more lighter nuclei to form heavier nucleus is called nuclear fission process. Example, you will see hydrogen fusion. So here 4 hydrogen and nothing but 4 protons are combined to form helium and gives 2 positrons plus 2 neutrino plus it can release some energy 26.7 MeV energy released here. And to combine hydrogen nucleus, suppose if you take a nuclear fission process, it is easy to initiate the process. A slow moving neutron is captured by uranium-92-235 because a neutron easily enter into the nucleus because of it is not having any charge. So that will be split into 2 medium sized particles. And no need of any energy here for this neutron. And even energy is there, that is 0.025 electron volt only, very less energy. But in nuclear fission process, it required a high energy. Reason here, if you take 2 protons H11 both are having positive charge, it is difficult to combine these 2 charges because of like charge, and it required high speed or high energy to combine these 2 particles. That's why in nuclear fission process, and it required high energy. To get high energy, we are increasing the temperature of the process is approximately 10 power 6 K to 10 power 8 K. So in the same case, nuclear fission means not required any high temperature. Under normal condition, only neutron easily starts the nuclear fission process. But for nuclear fusion process, it required high temperature to provide kinetic energy for protons. Suppose if kinetic energy is very high, then these 2 are collide and finally combine and forms helium, and during this process it releases some energy, approximately 26.7 MeV energy releases here. And this is the main reason source of energy in sun and stars, that is a nuclear fusion process. There are 2 ways for this nuclear fusion process, that is a carbon nitrogen cycle and proton proton cycle. Carbon nitrogen cycle means hydrogen combine and fuses into helium by using with the help of carbon and nitrogen as catalysts. Proton proton cycle means directly proton and proton, nothing but hydrogen with hydrogen reacts and it forms helium. That what we call proton proton cycle. These 2 ways and energy will be released in the sun and stars. What is the main fuel in sun and stars? That is hydrogen, which combine and it forms into helium. And after nuclear fission process, suppose if you take the nuclear fission process in uranium split into medium sized particle, during that process whatever the product we are getting, product nothing but daughter elements, whatever we get, those also may be radioactive elements. So after fission process we get radioactive elements. Because of instability, they may be further disintegrate into, they may be emit other radiation like alpha, beta, gamma radiation they can emit. Those are dangerous for normal life. But in nuclear fusion reaction, and we get a stable nucleus, that is He24, which is not giving any radiation outside. It is a non-radioactive substance. So what is daughter element in fusion reaction? That is a non-radioactive element. That is a one advantage here. Of course, both releases energy, but here whatever you get here, output daughter element is a non-radioactive element. Suppose in total mass of nuclear fission process 0.7 0.7 percentage of total mass will be converted into energy, and approximately for 4 hydrogen nucleus, how much energy we are getting means 26.7 MeV energy we get here. Suppose when you are comparing this energy with uranium-92 235. Suppose uranium fission process and it can release 0.85 MeV energy is released for each nucleon. For one nucleon, how much energy releases? 0.85 MeV. But whereas in fusion process, it can release 6 MeV. When compared to fission process, fusion process more effective process. The energy released for nucleon, how much it gives? That is 7 times greater than fission process. Here you see how to compare energy generated in fission process and fusion process. Suppose uranium-92 235 can, for fission, how much energy it releases? 200 MeV it releases. 4 hydrogens, how much energy it can release? 26.7 MeV releases. You see that nuclear fission process, one nuclei of uranium can release 200 MeV. Here 4 hydrogen nuclei can release 26.7. If you compare these two energies based on number of nucleus, then here 1 nucleus, here 4 nucleus, so nuclei. So here this is the effective fuel we can think. Uranium-92 235 releases 200 MeV, but 4 hydrogens can give 26.7 only. This is the effective fuel we can think. But and efficiency of the fuel or calorific value. What is calorific value? For example, for 1 gram of fuel, how much heat energy or how much energy released? That what you call calorific value. So that means in that way, if you calculate for 235 grams or 235 molecular weight, how much energy it releases? 200. For 4 into 1, 4 grams or 4 AMUs, how much energy it releases? 26.7. In that way, if you compare, and this is the better fuel. Nuclear fusion process is a it gives more energy when compared to this. 7 times more it can give. 7 times more it can give when compared to fission process. That only here the game. The energy released in fission process for nucleon is 0.85. Here 6 MeV. So nuclear fuel, that is which is better nuclear fuel means that is hydrogen is better fuel when compared to uranium. That is 7 times more energy for fission it can give. In stars and sun, main source of energy is nuclear fusion process only. That takes place in 2 different ways: carbon-nitrogen cycle and proton-proton cycle. Now we'll see about carbon-nitrogen cycle. So what is carbon-nitrogen cycle means? And protons, nothing but a hydrogen nucleus, are combined to form helium with the help of by using nitrogen and carbon as catalysts. So that process we'll see here. C612 and added with a proton H11 gives and N713, which is a nitrogen isotope. Nitrogen N714 actually, but here N713 is there, which is isotope, which is unstable. This star represents unstable, and in this process it can release some energy in the form of gamma rays. And this unstable nuclei immediately decay into carbon 613, plus it can give positron. Whenever you get positron outside, we get a neutrino outside. And C613 is a carbon isotope. C612 and this is C613 isotope it forms. If you add one more proton to this, it forms nitrogen 714. During this process it can release some energy in the form of photon, nothing but gamma particle it can release. Now this nitrogen 714 is added with a proton, that is H11, forms oxygen isotope, which is unstable, star represent, and plus some energy in the form of gamma radiation we get outside. Because of instability, it is immediately decay into N715 nitrogen isotope, plus it releases positron. You know positron means we get a neutrino. This N715 is added with hydrogen nucleus or proton, then we get C612 He24. Initially you see what we took C612 and finally we can get outside C612. So 4 hydrogen nucleus H11, H11, H11 here, H11. 4 hydrogen nucleus are combined to form helium here. So overall process, if you check, overall process what happened? 4 hydrogens are combined, finally helium forms, in between somewhere we get 2 positrons and 2 neutrinos. And simultaneously some energy also releases. That equation is given here, you see, and 4 hydrogens combined to form helium, 2 positrons, 2 neutrinos plus energy 26.7 MeV energy is released here. So to explain this process, we have carbon nitrogen cycle. First what happened? Carbon C612 is there, proton is added, then it forms a nitrogen isotope, unstable, and it decays positron outside, and it will be converted into C613. For C613 they add proton and it will be converted into nitrogen. For nitrogen again add one more proton H11, it forms oxygen isotope which is unstable, so it can decay outside a positron, beta particle, plus beta nothing but, and this can convert into N715. There you can add a proton and finally it releases C612. In this process what happened? You get a nucleus outside from this C612 here it forms, and He24 also comes outside. He24 comes outside. This is a carbon nitrogen cycle. Initially carbon it take inside and finally carbon comes outside. So it is just like a catalyst. So 4 hydrogen are combined to form helium, 2 positrons, 2 neutrino, and some energy releases. Maybe that energy in the form of gamma particle. At overall energy releases, total energy releases is 26.7 MeV we get outside. That is carbon nitrogen cycle. Now about proton cycle. So 2 protons are combined to form here, and 2 protons combined to form a deuteron here. During this process you see the balancing condition, 1 plus 1, here it should be 2, but here 1 is there, so here you get 1 plus 1, 2 sufficient. Here 2 plus 0, and positron comes, you get a neutrino. During this process it can release energy 0.42 MeV. This positron immediately react with an electron. This is a positron, electron are antiparticles. So these are having equal mass, opposite charge. They can call antiparticles. Whenever these two are combined, then what do you call pair annihilation? Annihilation means mass is disappear. It forms energy. So here that energy we get in terms of 2 photons, 2 gamma particles, and total energy of these 2 gamma particles is 1.02 MeV we should get. So how we calculate this means, if total mass of electron and positron are disappear, then mass defect is there, and that will be converted into energy. That energy in the form of photons, nothing but gamma particles. Then how much energy is there for each particle means, see, combinedly 1.02 is the total energy of both gamma particles. For each particle 0.51, half of this energy we get. And now whatever the here H12, that what you call deuteron is added with one more proton. That forms a helium isotope He23 plus a gamma particle comes outside. During this process some energy releases, that is a 5.49. Similarly another reaction, same concept. You see a proton, 2 protons added, 2 protons forms deuteron, here also forms deuterons, releases energy 0.42, here also 0.42. Positron, electron added, and energy releases 1.02. And here deuteron added with proton forms helium isotope, releases energy, same thing here also. If these two, here we get He23, here we get He23. If these two are combined here, means for these two parallel reactions, this is finally you get a common reaction, that is He23 here, He23 here. Here you see He23 from this and He23 from this, and it forms He24, and you see that total to make balance 2 plus 2 4 is there, but here only 2 is there, that's why to balance 2 into 1. And what about mass? 3 plus 3 6, here 4 only there, that's why we get 2 into 1. Plus in this process how much energy releases? 12.86. So overall what happened in this process, and total we are using 1 2 3 protons here, 1 2 3 protons here, total 6 protons we are using. And for 6 protons what you get? Helium it forms and 2 protons again comes outside. Means overall how many protons they are using? Only 4 protons they are using. So you can use the equation. Only 4 protons are forming helium He24. 2 positron comes here. So 1 positron here, 1 positron comes here. 2 neutrino also, 1 here and 1 here. 2 neutrino comes outside. And overall energy, how much energy releases? 0.42 here plus 0.42. 1.02 plus 1.02, 5.49 plus 5.49, add all this and finally add this. This you have to add only one time. This is a common process for both of these two. So add these 3 energies and add these 3 energies plus add this 12.86. The total energy you are getting 26.7 MeV we get. This is about proton-proton cycle. What is proton-proton cycle? Directly proton are combined to form helium. In this 2 parallel processes are there. 2 parallel nuclear reactions are there. Proton-proton added forms deuteron. Deuteron added with proton forms helium isotope. Here also same thing. This helium isotope He23 combined and to form helium, and it simultaneously releases 2 protons and releases some energy. Overall process means you can take like this, and 4 protons are combined to form helium and 2 positrons, 2 neutrino, some energy it releases.